Hey everyone, it's Jeff from GamerPops, and I'm here with my son Malcolm. Say hi, Malcolm.
Hi.
So, we're checking out a new book from Dorling Kindersley publishers.
And I read it.
And he read it. And this one's fairly actually relevant to us. Normally Greg does these, you probably noticed, but because of our particular situation right now, we're handling this one. Young Malcolm here is set on getting himself a dog. Very excited about that fact, but a dog is such a commitment to just it's a lifestyle change and feeding, caring, and whatnot that we thought it would be good to.
Cat.
Yes.
It won't be much different.
Except
for it running around and chasing the cats.
Yes, that's true.
We have 2 cats and she better not walk up here.
And all this stuff is important. So when we found out that Dorling Kindersley had a book on dog breeds, we jumped at the chance to get a chance to review and take a look at it. So after checking this book, inside here there are
thousands,
or maybe a couple hundred. There are at least 200 pages of dogs and breeds. For example, in typical Dorling Kindersley style, it's very very picture heavy. And it's got some information in chart form as well, things like that. So it talks about the dogs, has some pictures. It's also got keys telling you how easy it is to groom, how easy it is to train, how much food it needs, and how well it adapts to people.
And all that stuff.
Gives a nice little overview and also categorizes them by things like gun dogs and shepherds and yes, Malcolm is going to find us the dog that he has chosen.
Where is?
I think it's back in the gun dog section. It's also good for for getting, if you say, oh well, this breed of dog is available at your local shelter or your local foster house. Good way for you to look up and get some information on these dogs, like the versatile Vizsla, one of various gun dog breeds that are skilled at multitasking and combine several functions.
Yeah, that's the one I picked out.
That's the one he picked out.
Vizsla is...
So let's grab the Vizsla. This one's got a whole page dedicated to the Vizsla.
I'm going to read that part.
Basically, now this is a bigger dog.
It's a loyal and gentle dog, high energy but low maintenance.
That's right. It's a typical... Yes, he does need high energy, that's for sure, and low maintenance is good. One of the problems is, though, we live in a house that's decent size, but we don't really have much of a yard, so a big dog's probably not going to be the most appropriate thing for us.
It will.
Which I learned from seeing here. Now, by the guide, it fits some of our other criteria. Not really that hard to groom, fairly obedient, very social, lots of energy. Needs to go out a lot, actually. He's one of the higher rated dogs in terms of activity that's required. So a lot of other things too, which maybe I'll show you a little bit of a close-up of later. Some nice things that just sort of what to look for. Make sure you have a genuine Vizsla. Now, if you're like me and you're concerned about the size of the dog, I'm going to go ahead and look at the front of the book, where there's a section called Choosing the Right Dog, which is very handy. And Tracy, also, my wife, very much appreciated this section. There's actually a little flowchart on here, which basically says, okay, so we've got high exercise dogs, medium exercise dogs, low exercise dogs, things like that. High exercise children, low exercise children. Oh wait, that's just Malcolm. So I'm going to look at the section marked high exercise dogs, because that's the kind that Malcolm's looking for. Then there's also areas like, okay, what about the grooming level and the training level?
Sorry, but there's no little high energy dogs.
Oh, you could find them. Here I can look into, okay, so low levels of grooming and easy to train. So I get, now the Vizsla is one of those, but it's giving me a few others, like Finnish Hound, Harrier. Okay, so based upon that, let's take a look at the Rat Terrier, perhaps. This terrier is a phenomenal rat catcher. I thought that was what cats did. Where did Malcolm go? One dog is reputed to rid a barn infested with over 2,500 rats, so this is kind of a bonus feature in case our cats slack off. I can see from here that this dog size is much more manageable for our house and for our yard. The miniatures run from 7 to 9 pounds, and the standards run anywhere from 11 to 35 pounds. So I see that the size is a little more of our liking, still has some of the other characteristics we want, and still a medium amount of activity, which is still pretty good for what this little guy needs. So, using that really is helpful in terms of identifying dog breeds that might be more suitable for you. Of course, working with your local shelter, pound, or a local foster home as well can work with that. But at least you now have a point of reference with this book, and it's very colorful, lots of pictures, you know what it looks like. Very helpful, sums up the information really nicely. What I also like is it's going to give Malcolm and your kids a very good idea of what's in store for them when they get a dog. It's all fine and good if they get a dog, but they also need to they need to understand like things like care and training. There's a whole section in the book summarizing things like preparing for the dog's arrival. Some of the toys you should get, the beds, maybe if you need a cage. Food and feeding, how much food these dogs are going to need. That's actually something else that is also listed under each individual dog breed.
Probably won't fit in a cage.
What won't fit in a cage?
The Velociraptor.
Well, you have to get a really big cage. Handling your dog.
Very expensive, probably.
Grooming, training, teaching them good behavior versus bad behavior, playing with them, socializing them, training them, even teaching them basic maneuvers and whatnot.
Train them no matter what.
So there's actually this is a really good reference book for someone who's looking to get a dog like we potentially are, for your very hyperactive child or just for your family. We find it very useful in our research, and we'll continue to do so as we start to learn more about dog breeds and whatnot. If we've identified a dog or two that we're looking for, even if it's a crossbreed, we can find out the characteristics of those dogs using using this information to help us, and also making sure that we understand how to properly take care of a dog. Right, Malcolm?
Yes.
Right. We all know who's going to be taking care of the dog, really. And of course, there's a nice introduction about what dog breeds are, primitive dogs versus whatnot, and so and of course, one of the first pages, what is a dog? In case you weren't sure.
That.
So, what did you think of the book? What did you think of the book, Malcolm? Was it helpful? Besides helping you identify a dog that's totally too big for our house?
Yes. No, it's not too big.
Why did you? So okay, why did you like the Vizsla? What was it with the Vizsla that made you pick it based on what you saw in the book?
High energy.
And you need high energy, don't you?
Yes.
All right.
Colorblind.
So that's our look at the complete dog breed book from Dorling Kindersley. Choose the perfect dog for you. Previously published as Top Dog. I recommend it. It's about 350 pages of glossy, colory, informational goodness. Pretty much everything you need to know getting started in the dog world. So if you have any comments about our review, let us know. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GamerPops, and don't forget to subscribe to be notified of when we have new videos available for you. Also check out our website, GamerPops.com, for other great content.
Don't you mean they're watching it right now? You're watching it right now, so yeah, you're already on it.
So you are. For GamerPops, I'm Jeff, and this is Malcolm.
Color blast!
And we'll talk to you next time.